Ignorance is infinite where I'm from.
For some, the death of a great artist is a business opportunity. Their stories get chopped up and sold for parts by their closest companions. There's a certain breed of parasite that feeds on creative genius, using it as an instrument to boost their own wallets and egos. For Gang Starr's Guru, it's a story of poetic brilliance, betrayal, and a deathbed letter that let a puppet master control his legacy. To truly understand Gang Starr's impact on hip-hop, you have to go back to the late 80s. In one realm, you had groups like Kid and Play making radio hits and dance songs. In the other, groups like Public Enemy making a way for social impact. The culture was becoming increasingly commercial, but there was a desire for something more raw and introspective. Guru's unique voice and perspective wasn't accidental. Born in Boston in 1961, Keith Elam was an educated man who had creative aspirations early on in life. His father was a judge and his mother was a librarian. He was bound to be a voice of knowledge and wisdom. His intellectual nature became foundational to his style. Found in the group Gang Starr in 1987, they released 3 singles produced by the 45 King. Then came the spark of genius that Guru needed. It was a pivotal moment. While checking out some beat tape submissions to Wild Pitch Records, Guru heard something special. A sound from Houston producer DJ Premier. Primo had a sound that was different at the time. It was grim, sprinkled with soulful samples, and it was the perfect mechanism for Guru's calm and monotonous delivery style. As the group we know and love, they ended up releasing No More Mr. Nice Guy in June of 1989, which was a statement piece. Unlike the other prominent groups at the time that were searching for crossover appeal, Gang Starr was staying true to hip-hop's roots and staying away from the pop madness. For a while, the group's chemistry was undeniable, one of the best DJ and MC pairings of all time. Their creative process was evidence of this bond. Guru was reportedly the conceptual mastermind behind the tracks. He would map out the vision, and Primo's job was to construct the wireframe of sound around that vision. Putting out a series of landmark albums in the 90s, like Step in the Arena, Daily Operation, Hard to Earn, and Moment of Truth, they became the foundation of New York's underground scene, spawning talents like J. Rude the Damager and Group Home. The culture of hip-hop was changing, but they were also evolving, creating commercially successful albums without compromising their sound. They stood as the backbone of authenticity in an industry where everybody was trying to please others. But genius never rests. While DJ Premier was becoming the go-to producer for top talents like Nas, Biggie, Rakim, the legends at the time, Guru was chasing a more creative, fulfilling prophecy. Primo's sound had become one with that of East Coast hip-hop, acting as a forefather for the golden age, while Guru was starting to feel constrained by the boom-bap style. His Jazzmatazz series blended hip-hop beats beautifully with live jazz musicians and powerful vocals, a true sonic experiment. To him, this was a greater calling to his creative identity. The rift continued to grow, and Guru began to feel like a prisoner of the genre that he helped define. No longer satisfied, always looking for that next thing. In 2003, the duo released The Owners, which didn't receive nearly the same praise as their earlier albums. Boom bap was beginning to be replaced by southern rap in the early 2000s, and the Gang Starr formula wasn't working anymore, which ultimately marked the end of the legendary collaboration. In interviews, Premier would field questions about the duo with hope, but Guru flat out refused to answer any questions. Guru was trying to find his own way, trying to find his identity in a landscape he felt trapped in. Sometime between 2003 and 2005, a shadow in the night named Solar appeared. a producer from New York with no real history and no paper trail, and no connection to any rappers. He seemed to come out of nowhere. Guru, looking for a way to get out of the boom bap trap, saw a partner. What he got instead was a puppet master. Together, they founded 7 Grand Records and released version 7.0, The Street Scriptures, in 2005. The sound was more new age, more digital. For Gang Starr fans, it felt like Guru was rapping over some stranger's beat, but others think Solar was judged unfairly because he's not Premier. On the surface, things seem normal, but behind the scenes, people started to notice something very strange about the relationship between Guru and Solar. Solar began to emerge not only as a partner, but as a singular producer, manager, and the voice of Guru. He handled all business affairs and made all of his music, essentially gatekeeping Guru's rhymes from the rest of the hip-hop world. In a 2006 article from allhiphop.com, Solar says,
"It looks like there will be, honestly. I feel like the collaborations I do as a producer are gonna have to include Guru. That's just how we see it. So when you see Guru working on another project, it'll either be a Solar produced track or a project that we thought he should be on."
Pretty telling. He sees himself as an owner, not as a partner. This intense sense of control extended far beyond the studio. A man that once preached peace, love, unity, and having fun is having his narrative rewritten by someone else entirely. Then, the collapse. In early March 2010, Guru had a massive heart attack and slipped into a coma. Following his emergency, fans were awaiting news on his condition, but it seemed the only line of communication was through Solar. Doctors said he could beat his illness in 3 months with treatments, but Solar pushed to go on tour, also refusing to let Guru's family visit him in the hospital. On April 19th, 2010, Keith Guru Elam passed away in the hospital. It injected heartbreak in the culture. Nobody deserves to die at 48 years old. One day later, a letter surfaces implying Guru's doctors had initially performed surgery successfully. It states,
"Solar is the only person who has the accurate info on my situation. Any info from anyone else is false. I appreciate your well wishes and all the love."
Seems like a weird message from someone with blood cancer who just had a heart attack. He also disowns DJ Premier in the letter and praises Solar as his undying partner. This is less of a health update and more of an evil chess move. A cold, orchestrated plan by a player close to Guru. Many believe Guru had already passed away when this letter was released, and almost immediately questions flooded the hip-hop world. Guru's own sister said that the note couldn't be authentic, that he never regained consciousness in the hospital. Then came the financial rot beneath the surface. Public records showed that Guru's home, worth $325,000, had been sold while he was in a coma. Another property was bought under his name during that same period. These weren't coincidences. These were transactions that required living, scheming hands. Shortly after, DJ Premier hosted a tribute show in his honor, refuting the deathbed letter and reading text evidence from Guru's sister and nephew, who confirmed he was non-responsive the entire time.
"Never in a million lifetimes can you ever duplicate the shit me and that nigga did. Rest in peace to Keith Elam, aka Guru." There's just things that real members of his legacy know that nobody else knows, and we're going to talk about it all through the show. I didn't say this to anybody until publicly today. I went to the hospital to take a look at Guru.
And how did you get upstairs?
Security was really lagging. And when I saw Guru, it just really fucked me up. I wore a Gang Starr shirt, first of all, just for the energy and to make sure he knew that that's forever with us, forever. And that includes every member that became before me, and I know every one of them, like I said in the statement that I did, and shout out to all of them, especially Big Suge, who's still Gang Starr Foundation all day. And when I saw him, man, it was just so ill to see that from what I was hearing, of him waking up and writing and tweeting and all this stuff,
And clearing rumors.
Yeah, there's no way.
No way.
There's no way. Black, you saw him.
Yes, for sure.
We were together. We saw him, and he looked so gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his and then on top of that, if you love him and you taking care of him,
That's right.
why in the fuck did his nails look longer than a fucking ruler?
You really ain't got time to do all that when you falsifying documents and shit.
Exactly.
Right.
So
You know what I'm saying?
so
You
because of
ain't got time
that,
for
so
all that.
because of that, it really fucked me up. And I'm gonna let you know, I went in there, I took the logo of my shirt and I rubbed it against his whole body. You know what I'm saying? I took it off and rubbed it against his whole body, and then I told him a message from me about how much I loved him, and we were for life, and we still are for life. And then I kissed him on his face to let him know that, I'm going to miss him because he seemed like he was already gone. Yeah. And all the tubes, the respirators, I saw and witnessed that. Anybody cannot even, deny the fact
The way
that
the
that
machine
look
was making him breathe.
yeah,
his
man.
chest.
And the thing is, the fucked up thing is he died alone. And speaking of a call, we do have an official warrior on the phone right now. I got Guru's nephew on the phone, Justin Elam.
Salute.
Ruff. Justin, you there?
What up, what up?
All right,
Yeah,
then.
that's good.
Yeah. What's up, man? It's good to hear your voice all the time, man.
Oh, likewise, yo. I just wanted to call in and, thank everybody for the love and support they've been showing Guru, especially Primo, Big Gordon, Tanch, and the whole entire headquarters fam.
Yeah, we got Eon up in the place, too. He's sitting here.
Big Eon.
Yeah.
Big Eon, you know what's up, man.
Hey, Just, you got Big Black in the building too, and we got an army behind us, baby. Don't worry, we good.
Yeah.
Everybody up in there, man. Mad love from the Elam family. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know what Guru meant to each and every one of you all. You know what I'm saying? Through all the stories you guys shared with me when I was up there.
Yeah.
And, we all going through this together. You know what I'm saying? We all mourning this great man together. The number one thing is it's our job to keep his legacy strong. You know what I'm saying? It's everyone's job. It's your job, Gangstar. That's what we got to do from here on out.
Rest in peace to my man Guru, man.
For life.
For life.
The message was clear that someone else was pulling the strings, with fans even starting fucksolar.com and sharing rumors on the internet.
We have a message from the hip-hop family all over the earth. Fuck Solar!
I don't think it's unfair to say this Solar character was a bit of a scumbag, manipulative to the core, preying on a legend's weakness and twisting it for profit. I'm certainly not the only one that thinks Guru deserved better. A warrior poet shouldn't have his final act written by a parasite. Solar's Instagram is an open casket of exploitation. Photos of Guru lined up like trophies, a facade of tribute masking a deep hunger for attention and wealth. Ultimately, Guru wanted to live out his best creative visions and be one with the muse, always evolving and expanding. Solar wanted the payout, purely motivated by cash with no clear moral underworking. He found an artist that was trying to redefine himself and exploited that until there was nothing left but spirit. Some legendary stories don't end glamorously, they die slow, rotting in real time as the world keeps spinning. Through all the claptrap, the bullshit, and the lies, a pest wrote the final chapter. Guru's voice still cuts through the decay like scripture from a fallen brother, while Solar fades into irrelevance, the deserved end of a parasite. And after years of fighting to reclaim his brother's fallen voice, DJ Premier released their definitive final album in 2019, one of the best yet, which serves as a capstone of highest honor and respect. It was the final, undeniable truth that frauds come and go, legends live forever.